that happened. I'm sorry. Hopefully the glare isn't too much in my glasses. Today, I am going to be talking to you guys about two different series that I watched this week. One comes from Anthem Church, which is located in Gainesville. They are out of North Point Church, I believe, and I'm pretty sure it's in Georgia that it's rooted out of. And from their series, I'm going to be talking about Don't Stop, and that's Pastor Andy. And then I'm also going to be talking about Pastor Q, again from the chapel. Sorry guys, I just really like the chapel's messages. They're really relatable. So, today I'm going to be kind of talking about faith and belief and pain and gain. Okay, so I'm kind of all over the place, but it really also comes together really well. And I want you guys to really, again, allow yourself to go into that disequilibrium that I talk about, because that's where you're going to grow. I need you to question yourself, question your motives, question your own thought processes, and allow yourself to kind of change, right? So, I'm going to start off with the Don't Stop by Anthem. And Andy says that faith is possibly the most misused, confused, and abused concept that we have in all of religion. Because faith and belief aren't actually even religious terms. Believing is the most powerful term and ability that we have as human beings in this globe of a world. Belief, he says, is the most powerful, and I have to say I 100% agree. Everything we have is thanks to a belief that someone has. If no one ever believed that cell phones or video recorders or the interweb was a reality, then I wouldn't be able to be bringing this message to you via this awesome recording device. Someone had to believe that something was possible to be done. In Mark 11:23, Jesus said, "With belief, we can move mountains." No, not literally, but yes, what Jesus was saying is that we have a lot of ability through belief, but I do not want you going out to Mount Everest, trying to give it a good shove and getting a hernia and then saying, well, Shauna told me to do it. Don't do that, okay? It's figurative. Back. This shows the immense power that we have through our ability to believe, okay? According to Jesus. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to ask Miss Dixie. Excuse me, Miss Dixie, but do you believe that our most powerful thing we can do is believe? Love her? Yes. But do I value her opinion as much as Jesus'? No, okay? When we believe in something, we look for a way until we find a way, okay? I don't know about you, but if I believe that this blog can be successful and it's something that roots and resonates really deep in my heart, then I'm going to find a way to make it successful, right? If I really believe it. If I believe that I can run a half marathon, I'm going to do it. And here's a fun fact. My knees dislocate, and I was told I couldn't run a half marathon by my friends, by my family. They were concerned about me, yes, but they didn't believe that I could do it. I did. I worked hard. I went to the doctor and I ran that half marathon and I finished it, and I cried when I crossed the finish line because I believed that I could do it. If you believe that you can do something, you can do it. And this has nothing to do with religion. If they believe that they can do something, they're going to be able to do it. Even Jesus recognized the power of belief outside of even being a religious term. I believe in this blog. I believe that I am meant to inspire and motivate you to refine and improve yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. I believe that I can do all things through Jesus Christ. I also believe that you can do all things through Jesus Christ too. What you need to do is believe that you can do it. Studies show that optimists outsell their smarter, less optimistic peers. I'll say that again. Studies show that optimists outsell their less smarter peers. So you're telling me that if I want to be more successful, I don't need to go out and just magically get another degree, that I can instead just be optimistic, change my perspective? Yeah, that's what the studies show. Don't say I told you, the studies show it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who's wildly successful, right? Just thought of something, went on it, and is now super duper successful and living beyond wealth that you can even imagine? I know a lot of you out there have. And something that you might not want to say out loud, but something that you've probably thought is, I'm smarter than that person. How the heck did they think of that? How the heck did they do that? Right? Because it's this belief that they had that made them so successful. Well, it's because you're too smart for your own good. If you had that same thought, you wouldn't have went on it. You would have thought, I can't do that. It's not possible. We limit ourselves through our own beliefs. Andy says, the secret to marriage, and studies show that the secret to a successful marriage always points to couples who believe the best, see the best. Couples who believe the best in one another, see the best in one another. If your wife comes home and she's running late for dinner and you instantly think, here we go again, she's running late, she doesn't care at all about our time frame or what I need and the plans that I made, and now here she is just lollygagging running late, you're automatically seeing the worst. People who see the best think, well, you know what, I know that they wouldn't do that intentionally. I'm sure that there's a good reason, and I'll make sure that I hear them out when they try to explain it to me. No, I'm not making this up for my own good. Yes, Andy says this. If you don't believe me, you can check it below. Studies show it. I looked up on it, and it's really interesting because it's as easy as changing your perspective and your own outlook on life. Have you ever had anyone convince you to not be friends with someone, to be mad at another person, to not trust a significant other, to think that you're too good or not good enough for a significant other? That's the power of belief. You need to be careful of who you're allowing to rent space in your brain and your heart and your soul. Because if they're bringing you down and they are pointing you in the wrong direction, you need to kick them to the curb and board the happy train. Because you don't have time in your life for that pessimism. Pessimists can leave. Check them to the door. You don't have time for that. People are going to tell you
that your religion isn't the right one, or that you're spending too much time on it, or there is no God, or that you can't reach your fitness goals.
What? Do not let someone tell you what you can and can't do and what isn't real, or what you should value. Why would you let someone else dictate that in your life? Guard your heart, guard your mind, stay positive, and be positive. Which now this brings me to my next part. Pastor Q in his Pain and Gain series talks about just that, pain and what we can gain from it. And one of the things that he says is we all have one thing in common. At some point in our lives, we have been hurt by someone in a way that we cannot control. I cannot control the actions of other people. You cannot control the actions of other people. And we're not just talking about like the really bad pain that you might have experienced at some point in your life. We're even talking about the daily ins and outs of pain, like your coworker said something, some sly comment to you, and it hurts you, right? These are pains that we carry on a daily basis. A lot of the times, this pain comes from people that we're closest to, possibly even the ones that we would say that we love. In God's economy, everything is done for a reason. There's no waste. So in God's economy, let's all just assume that there's no waste of pain. Okay? If God's economy has a purpose and a reason for everything, which I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And if you look back on some of the events of your life now that you at one point thought, what? And you look back on them, I bet you now you realize, oh, okay, that's why it makes perfect sense. I can tell you like specifically jobs and how they lined up and how they weren't how I wanted them to line up, but now I'm where I am and I'm like, oh, I got you, God. I knew what you were doing. We will be hurt. We will experience pain. It's already happened. It's happening now, and it's going to continue to happen. And not just hurting, but disappointment too. In Galatians 3:4, Paul is talking to the church in Rome, and he says, Have you gone through all this for nothing? This persecution and pain? Is it all really for nothing? He's questioning them like, you're kidding me, right? You really think that all this is for nothing? After everything you've gone through, you think that this is for nothing? Do you really think that the hurt from your spouse, family, coworkers, friends, do you really believe that it's all for nothing? The job you didn't get, the friend that you lost in a tragic accident. Our pain is not our choice, but how we react to it is. Our pain will either repel us away from God or propel us towards Him. And I want you to think about a time where you thought, God, how could this happen? How, God, could you let Sandy Hook happen? God, where are you? Or, God, why me? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? In these moments, our thoughts will either repel or propel us to or away from Him. It's our choice. When Paul is talking to the church, he's beside himself. He's like, you've got to be kidding me here, people. Do you really think all of this is for nothing? Do you believe that after everything, there's no bigger picture here? We can use our pain to bring us closer to God. Pastor Q talks about a lunch that he had with a person, and that person was really angry and tight with pain and complaint. And Pastor Q openly asks them, have you shook your finger at God and asked Him, why? Why are you doing this to me? And they're like, Pastor Q, I would never. Psalm 77, 1-2 says, I cry out to God for help. I cried out to God to hear me. When I was in distress, I sought the Lord at night. I stretched out untiring hands, and I would not be comforted. It's saying, God, where are you? Do you not love me? Why are you ignoring me? Psalm 77, 7-9 says, will the Lord reject forever? Will He never show His favor again? Has His unfailing love vanished forever? Has His promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has His anger withheld His compassion? And this is a moment where we can really see truth and honesty in the Bible, something that a lot of us can really relate to. And in those moments we're saying, oh, I know. When I was 5, I stole a pack of gum and I asked for forgiveness, but God's getting back at me. My sins are finally catching up with me. He's getting back at me, and He's getting back at me real good. I knew this would happen. I knew one day it would catch up with me. I knew that it was too good to believe that God was forever forgiving and unfailing and loving and all powerful. I knew it. I knew He would do this to me. First of all, we all need to take a second to admire that this verse from a Bible over 3,400 years ago is so real. I tell you what, you think that people aren't the same, that we've all changed so much, we've all evolved so much? Read that verse one more time and tell me honestly that you have not been in that moment before. Pastor Q is pointing out here that there is a purpose to pain and the hurting. And God knows that you have this pain and hurting, and He sees it. And in that moment of weakness, He wants you to turn to Him, angry, distraught, tears, snot, and all, and say, what in the world is going on? Can you help me out here? Can I get some mercy? God would rather have you angry with Him than walk away from Him. He would rather have you angry, arguing, shaking your finger, and questioning Him than to have you walk away. Why? Why would God do this? He's supposed to be this great, almighty, passionate, loving God. Why would He want you to argue with Him? Because He would rather have you argue with Him than walk away. And sometimes there's a bigger picture than you, I, Pastor Q, Pastor Andy, than any of us can see. let me tell you what God can handle, and that's you shaking your finger at him, asking why? Why me? Because in those moments, he has an opportunity for you to come closer to him. And I know what you're saying, Shauna, I
am Hispanic, or I'm Portuguese, or I'm German, or I'm Scandinavian, or whatever you are, and I do not think that God can handle my wrath.
Just gonna stop you there, let you think about that, and then we'll continue. Are we done now? Okay, good, let's move on. Remember, God gave you free will. He could have said, nah, I'll make them all know me, love me, like me. But he knew how much more beautiful it would be for us to choose him than for us to forcefully follow him. Pain will either repel or propel us to or from God. You can choose to allow that pain and hurting to enter your soul, which is not meant at all to carry the darkness. Or you can choose to come closer to God. Seek him out, question him, listen to him, and trust him. You can put that wall up. That's your choice. You can waste the pain. Even though God's economy, nothing is meant to be wasted, you can choose to waste that pain and not learn a lesson. Or you can learn a lesson from it, come closer to God, and learn from it. More often than not, we have a lesson to learn from it. We're normally partially to blame for some of the pain. Maybe you said something you should have, or you let someone in who you shouldn't have trusted. There's a lesson that's there to be learned. And my personal opinion is if I learn a lesson from it, it's never wasted. Guys, Paul was shipwrecked and beaten and nearly stoned to death, and he knew that pain could either propel or repel. Pain will always change you, always. And it will either propel or repel. You can't change pain and hurting, and it's gonna happen. He gives you the free will. You get to choose what it does to you. And how does this all tie in, Shauna? Why is this video so long, and why are you doing two things at once? You get to choose your optimism. You get to choose to be happy, and you get to choose that despite the pain, you're going to learn from it, come closer to God, and be a better person. And when people are being negative and they're hurting you, you can learn from it. You can distance yourself from those people if you need to, and you can move on with your life and board the happy train. I hope that you see the meaning in this video, and I hope that you can pull from it what I was hoping it would bring to you. Yes, God is in control, but you get to choose because you have free will. And things might happen out of your control, but there's a reason for it, and how you react will change the course of your life. Sometimes not big, sometimes it's little, but those little choices do add up, and they add up to your happiness. And on a really happy note, I'm going to talk real quick about a giveaway that I am doing. The purpose of this giveaway is to share the word of this blog. I have received, guys, you amaze me. The amount of feedback that I keep receiving from you about how much you love this blog, it's just like, it's mind-blowing. What? Keep it coming, because it lets me know that there's people out there who really appreciate it. This is hard work. It's great to hear how it's affecting you. And if you have anything that you want to hear and need to hear, any prayers that you need, let me know. And I mean, you guys have me over the moon. I am over the moon excited for you guys. So I would like to try to share this blog with more people. You never know who's out there who might need it. And you're the voice, you're the word givers, word providers, you're the tellers. You guys are the tellers of this story, of this blog story. So I'm going to do a little giveaway, and it's little, but I think that you guys are really gonna like this one. And I am giving away 2 lipsticks. One of them is the one that I wore in the last video, and this is the other one that I actually bought with it. It's a really pretty nude color, and it's perfect for when you're not trying to be as bold. So it's kind of like a little combo pack. Like, look at me, I'm bold and sassy. And look at me, I'm Muted and Professional. So they're both really great lipstick colors, and there will be several ways for you to enter. You have to be subscribed to this blog in order to enter. So with that said, make sure that you take a second, subscribe to this blog. You are only qualified if you're subscribed. So I might say, post a comment below for an entry into the giveaway, or, hashtag something on Instagram. Yes, I just pulled out the Justin Timberlake hashtag SNL skit thing. Hashtag for an entry to the giveaway. It might be like hashtag XO Shauna Lynne, and I'll look for maybe a picture of something that inspired you that day, or repost and hashtag this image. Just little things all throughout, really easy to enter. And I really am quite obsessed with these, so I highly recommend it. I'm going to keep the colors a secret for right now. But I'm also going to have another giveaway possibly coming to you guys soon, and I'm working with someone that I'm really excited about on that. So you're going to want to stay subscribed to this blog in order to receive notifications of when that giveaway is coming. And this giveaway is kind of like a trial run, so I need to see how things go, so I need you guys to participate, get involved. So just keep an eye out for that stuff. I'm really excited, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this post. For those of you who don't know how to subscribe, there is a bar on the right-hand side of this blog, and it says subscribe. It's right near the top, near my little welcome picture. It's kind of like this. It's a picture of me in a circle. I don't know. So anyways, you're going to want to subscribe, and that all you need to do is enter your email and then just click on a link in your email saying that you actually subscribed, so it knows that somebody didn't put you up to it. I mean, I don't know why anyone would ever do that, but I guess people might do that. Not awful. All right, so anyways, leave a comment. Let me know if you liked this blog. I really like it. Also, if you have something very personal to say, I put a contact button at the top menu bar because I've had a lot of people contacting me, and I thought that might make it a little bit easier. And I really hope that you have a super blessed and beautiful weekend, and I look forward to the next Fab FriYay. Look at that kitty patootie husband. Also, I would love to know, how are you guys liking the posts, and would you like more fitness posts, like maybe more posts that have to do with running, or posts that have to do with like specific areas, targeting areas? This blog is for you guys, so I need to know what you guys want, and really the only way for me to know that is for you guys to comment or to use the contact bar above. And no, I don't mean Christmas. I mean the contact in the top menu bar. Look up there. It's up there. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I know, Dixie. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. It was bad. I know.